I wanted to kill my husband, so I planned a honeymoon. I was going to push him off a cliff and make it look like an accident. He didn't suspect a thing. He happily followed me to the cliff. After taking a picture pretending to be close, I slowly took a few steps back. While he was admiring the view, I reached out my hand. But just then, a voice behind me interrupted.
Any chance for some help?
A woman just passing by ruined my perfect moment, but my desire to kill him didn't fade. A few days earlier, I discovered he was cheating. I found a video on his computer of him with another woman. The worst part? In the video, he promised her he would divorce me and take my money. I couldn't believe my marriage was a lie. From that moment, I was determined to make him disappear. I quickly came up with the perfect murder plan. I would drown him during a rafting trip. No one would suspect me. I got to the boat first and loosened the straps on his seat. Ahead, there was a dangerous current. Without the straps, he would fall into the river. Just like I expected, he fell into the water. He screamed for help. But in that moment, I froze. For some strange reason, I reached my hand out. As I pulled him back on the boat, a huge wave hit, throwing me off. I couldn't swim, so I sank fast. But he rushed to save me. We both made it out alive. And for a moment, I thought maybe I could let it go. He saved me. Maybe we could go back to how things were. But that night, I overheard him on the phone with his lover. My anger reignited. The next day, I started looking for another chance. We went on a forest hike. But as we arrived, my plan was totally thrown off. A woman called out my husband's name. It was his lover. His face froze. Clearly, he didn't expect her to be here. I pretended to know nothing. I asked who she was. He panicked and said she was an old colleague. Then he tried to leave quickly. But then another man showed up. The lover's boyfriend. She was so shameless. But it got worse. She invited us to hike together. The whole time, she ignored me and whispered with my husband at the back. He nervously made an excuse to leave. But as he walked away, he kept glancing at her. Suddenly, he slipped into a pit. Before I could react, she rushed over to help. They looked like the perfect couple. My heart shattered. Back at the hotel, I drank myself into a stupor. When I finally sobered up, I found my husband wasn't in the room. His phone was left charging on the table. I picked it up, half conscious, and saw a message from his lover. She wanted to meet at the waterfall at 1 a.m. In that moment, I knew. I went to the waterfall in the pouring rain. A person in a red raincoat stood there. It was my husband's raincoat. Taking advantage of the rain, I marched over and pushed him off the cliff. Then I went back to the hotel and cleaned up the evidence. I showered and deleted the messages from his phone. As I practiced my story for the police, there was a knock on the door. I hurried to compose myself and open the door, and there he was.